Hey everyone, and welcome back to How to Spend It. Today we're going to be talking about the 15 things rich people do that poor people don't. But before we get on to that, go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps us out a lot and lets us know that we are helping to enrich lives out there. And without any further ado, let's get on to the video. Number 15. Being healthy. We hear it from doctors that one of the things we need is to be healthy to enjoy our day-to-day. They aren't wrong, as it is something that the rich are doing to ensure they live long and enjoy the benefits of their investing and hard work. In order to be able to create solutions that are needed for local or worldwide problems, one needs to take care of themselves before others. This is done by eating right, adding in exercise for the body and also for the mind. The latter is found through meditation and reading non-stop. If you are good, then you are good to help others. Number 14. Making the world a better place. There are some who might find this particular point incorrect in believing that there are those who are rich who cause more problems. In truth, the wealthy have been helping for centuries to improve the way of life and the culture we have. If it wasn't for those with money taking a risk, then many of the things we have today would not be in production. This can even be dated to the time of Leonardo da Vinci, as there were those who backed him in order for the great pieces and inventions we know today to be crafted. If we didn't have the pharmacy companies and the money they provide to create different medications, then there would be many more deaths at a younger age than we have today. Number 13. Understand everything changes. Ever been hanging out with friends and started reminiscing about the good old days? Maybe when you could be dropped off at the movies by parents and walk down the main strip to the fast food joint afterwards for a burger and fries. We all enjoy the ties to the past, but there are times that the past is like quicksand where we are stuck. This applies to the world of investing and savings and even teachings. If we stick to the past, then we are getting nowhere with progress. The rich know that in order to press on forward, the world is changing. Technology and thought processes are advancing each day. Number 12. Study those who have been successful. If you want to learn how to improve and what the next steps might be to take, then an idea would be to look into those who have tried and been successful before. While there are some who simply want to go forward with blinders on and without help from others, the rich have been known to look at others like them that have been successful. They look to see what methods they used and analyze the process to see if it will work for them or perhaps can be improved upon. One of the reasons they pick up a book on other success stories is because once you are rich, it does not stop. You need to keep working at it to maintain and increase what you want. Number 11. It's all in the long game. There is a different mentality when it comes to those who are rich and those who are poor. For those who are poor, they believe it will make them happy if they can get rich quickly. This often means going in every week to get a lottery ticket or even a scratch ticket, underestimating what can be done in 10 to 20 years. The rich, on the other hand, view that the small efforts made will ultimately lead to a greater return. They know it may take 10 years of perseverance and hard work to get the goal they want. An example of long versus short game is that Warren Buffett did not see a return on the work he put in until after he turned 50 years old. Number 10. Sacrificing the present for the future. Those that are rich have not achieved their wealth with the speed of a rabbit or the roadrunner. They amass the amount because they started young. There are those who say the best time to start looking into investing and working towards your wealth was 10 years ago. The second best time was a year ago, and the third best time is to begin now. What the rich do is sacrifice the desire for television and having lazy days. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but it is those who are rich who take those 24 hours and invest in it to create a larger wealth. Number 9. Have financial goals. Have you ever been asked what your goals are to be better, to feel better? There are those that say that their goal is to have $1 billion. This is great, but that could be a very long-term goal. The rich know this and go about creating clear goals in short-term and medium-term ranges. They could seek to have $100,000 by the end of the year. They have a main goal set and now think about what they need to make it happen. The focus the rich have is to set high but achievable goals, so that even though they may not make it to the final goal, they have accomplished smaller ones, getting them close to the ultimate amount. Number 8. Leaving those protest signs alone. Some find that if they are not getting what they believe to be what is needed, then the best way to get it is by protesting or boycotting the companies. We often hear in the news about groups that protest the creation of a product, claiming that it will cause more injury than what it's worth. These are often people who are classified as poor, thinking that the rich are creating what they can simply for another buck. As they are now on the picket line waving the boycott signs, the rich see the problem and focus on what it is and how they can go about fixing it. There is no time to boycott or protest. Since that would be a poor investment in time if we think back to point number 10. The boycott will get you nowhere while focusing and planning on a possible solution, which is what the rich do. Number 7. Making those dollars earn their keep. From a young age, we've always been told to save our pennies if we want that new game, new bike, new book. The minute we earned enough, we grasped the bills in our hand and hightailed it to the store to get our hands on the item we desired, only to toss it by the wayside within maybe 6 months when something else caught our fancy. The poor often see the dollars as earned then spent, with a repeated cycle. The rich see it differently, with the idea that they earn and then invest for those dollars to continue to earn. One surefire way of doing this is with an example of $100,000. While some may go out and buy a new car, the rich will see this as an investment to purchase real estate and then rent that out. By renting it out to others, the amount you spent will be replaced with additional funds on top, allowing the original amount to be spent on another investment to earn. Number 6. Rich sleep less than the poor. We all enjoy time where we can be wrapped up in our blankets and snooze away the hours. While this is good for some, what the poor do not realize is that the investment opportunities are dwindling away with each hour. The rich sleep, but once awake, charge forward with their plans on how to do better and be better. There are those who know that if they focus on what they are good at, they can pull themselves up by their bootstraps and reach the wealth they desire, but they are too lazy to push themselves. It is with ever-changing needs that the rich sleep less to continue in their pursuit of profit and betterment. Number 5. Seeing there is more. There are those who see the world as having a limited amount of funds to go around. They believe the fixed amount is divided, with the most going to those who are rich already. The rich see through the looking glass differently. Much like Alice, they see the possibility of creating wealth and the chance to innovate what we already have. For example, if the rich left computers alone, then they would still be the size of classrooms and no one would have desktops, laptops, or even access on our mobile phones. Number 4. All or nothing. There are many cliches in which someone might say when trying to be better, give it your all or nothing at all, go big or go home. The rich see this and know that they need to put not only 100% in, but additional 10, 20 or even 50% to achieve the desired need. By giving it their all, the rich find ways to get to know themselves better. By knowing yourself, you know what your weaknesses are and what areas need to be improved upon. The hard work the rich put in to be better than before will always beat talent that is sitting there without work being put into it. Athletes who practice day in and day out will get the higher paychecks for playing because when they play, they get the field goal, home run, or make nothing but net than those who don't. Number 3. Taking responsibilities. We've heard many complain before about their circumstances in life. It's not my fault, it's my boss, the company, the neighbour, the stock market. To some who are poor, they see their issues being everyone else's fault but their own. They do not take ownership for what they've done or spent the money on that they didn't have. The rich see themselves and know that if what they want is not earned, then it is no one else's fault but the one who looks back at them in the mirror. They see where the fault lies and try to make it better by working on what can be fixed within before working on the solution they need. Number 2. Results versus time. Most of the poor work on an hourly basis, meaning all focus is on the amount you earn in that hour and at the end of that shift or workday. Being so focused on the time that is spent, the poor don't think of the final results. The rich, on the other hand, can spend that year and not focus on the time that is spent creating the solution to a possible issue. Instead, they are focused on the final result that will benefit the mass than the single. Number 1. Read, read, read. Do you remember the last time you picked up a book that had been written for self-help? What about the last time you picked up any book just to read? One thing that many say regarding the rich is that they read constantly. They are picking up not only books that can take them on adventures to far-off islands or to a detective's office, but also books about meditation and how to improve themselves. The rich know that to be better and maintain the wealth they've earned, they must always be exercising their brain, and reading up on all possible topics will keep them on top. Well guys, that's it for this video. Click the links above to check out some of our other videos, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. We have many more great videos coming up. See you in the next video.